Hey there, it's Jason from Ridgeline Outdoor Adventure, and thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to part 2 of our epic 560-mile southwestern British Columbia backroad trip. We're going to push our rigs to the limit today, attempting a 2,000-meter lookout on a hot summer day. My transmission will reach a treacherous 270 degrees, and Sam's radiator overflow starts spewing the green juice right on the ground. And hey, if you haven't seen part 1 yet, please go back and watch that first so you can better follow along with this epic adventure. Trying to go check out the backside of Gates Lake. Looks like there's a gravel or secondary road that goes down the backside of it, and it might be a good spot for lunch, soak our feet, let the dogs have a swim, or it might draw goose eggs. We'll find out. Well, here's the tiniest spot by the lake. Well, lake access wasn't going to happen. Not a lot of pullouts, lots of cars in them. So, quick break. We're going to have ourselves a Zoa White Peach. Drink that up, eat some beef jerky and some potato chips while we look for a cool spot to make some hot dogs for lunch. We are just outside the metropolis of Darcy. This is where we came from. Yeah, pretty gorgeous. Pemberton is back over there. And we are going this way. Working our way to Seton Portage and then over Mission Mountain. And if all goes to plan, a 2,000 meter lookout up on top of Mission Mountain. That would be a highlight for today. All right, let's tear them down. All right, good. This is by no means a technical trail, but it is steep, it is windy. Lots of fallen rocks, epic views, steep. I locked it into second gear by accident and couldn't even make it up the hill. Holy moly. And I forgot how much fun this road is. I've only done it once. As I mentioned in episode 1, this trip has been on the books for several months. But as it got closer, I no longer wanted this trip. I needed this trip. It's been a difficult season for my wife and I, dealing with some financial pressures and walking alongside some families that were dealing with really horrific issues. We will always take the time to walk the hard road with our friends, but my batteries were drained and I was emotionally exhausted. This was the trip to recharge my batteries, to de-stress, to live in the moment, to go play outside. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. Looks like we'll be climbing again. Up and down and up and down. Rugged, wild, supernatural British Columbia. You like it? Like and subscribe, Cola. Go play outside.
funny, about 2 kilometers back, there was a really funny sign that said end of avalanche area. And I'm like, yeah, right. There is no end to the avalanche area. This entire segment of BC is affectionately known as, that's right, on 3, 2, 1, avalanche area. Thank you very much. This is great. I love this stuff. Hold on, don't forget to look this way. So much to see. Oh my goodness, you guys, I've got goosebumps. Can you feel the stress melting away? Just needing to unplug and, as my man David says, to get off the grind. Well, that was number 3 for Club Toyota.
BC is known for its massive mountains and rugged rivers. You know what that means? Well, that means we've got an abundance of clean hydroelectric power. And sometimes you get to drive right on through those power operations. Okay guys, this road is about to get serious. Yeah, I know, not exactly child's play so far. The power substation was at a mere 250 meters elevation, and we will quickly climb to 1,200 meters and then jump on a trail going up to a 2,000 meter lookout. This 16-kilometer drive will yield an elevation gain of 1,700 meters. Yeah, she's gonna get right steep, right quick, and our rigs will be tested and pushed hard. Let's go.
857 meters. $1,111 meters. We're getting up there. I think the pass is like 1,200 and change, but we're gonna head for the lookout, which is 1,900 and change. Let's head on up to the lookout. We thought it was steep and windy before, but oh, I think it's gonna get worse. Transmission temps 224, they just cooled down to 222. Deserty down below, but it's almost wildflower season up here. This is steep. I'm at 239 degrees on the transmission. Probably the hottest I've ever taken it. 240. Woohoo! They say 240 should be your limit, but it is what it is. 266 degrees. I'm finding that hard to believe. Years ago when we did Cornwall Hills, we hit like 225. This seems very excessive, but I need to find somewhere shady to pull over and let it sit, or just right here where it's flat and has a viewpoint. All right, we're gonna just give this a little timeout. All right, giving the vehicle a timeout, and I'll just let it sit and idle for 10 minutes and get those temperatures down. I could think of a lot worse spots to be taking a timeout. I mean, we were just down there a few minutes ago. They don't call it beautiful British Columbia for nothing. Well, the Ridgeline's got a hot transmission, which we can cool down. Hopefully no. But the Q is leaking green stuff. Not good. Not good. Well, before we send out the rescue party, it looks like it's coming out the overflow, which simply means the overflow might be too full. Like it is. There's a max min on there. I can't see the lines, but if you know anything about radiators, the overflow is just that. And then if the overflow gets too full, well, then the overflow has to overflow. So I think the ridgeline timeout will prove beneficial for the QX4 as well. So not a real leak. That's good. Source? Right here. Okay. Crisis averted. Well, Oxbeam. Either a bad connection, I don't think so, or we've already burnt out a light. Okay, cola's getting a little run in. We're down to 213 degrees on the transmission temp, so you know, after 10 minutes it came down like 50 odd degrees. That's nice. How we doing, girl? Do you like all the pretty flowers? You just got to send it. I took my speed up from about 10 miles an hour to 25 for a bit, and the temperature on the tranny came down like 10 degrees. Airflow. Oh, we're at 240 degrees. We dropped it down to 237 from 258. Well, for Lupper, since it's 3:28, late lunch, early supper, we are doing hot dogs. Nothing fancy. Got the Trailfire grill going out. And yep, still here. Still enjoying the $1 million view. No more bubbling action from the queue, so that's good. All right, dinner's done. And we're going to say goodbye to this place. Keep on heading on to the next one. Hard to say goodbye to this place, but we've got 2 or 3 more spots like this on the docket. Like, we are going to be spoiled this trip. Hop in the truck. What's next, you ask? We are going to head into Lillooet. Lots of rock slidey areas and cliffs and rivers and all that good stuff.
The descent was gorgeous and thankfully uneventful, as my performance brakes held up to the heat generated from the constant downhill and the lack of low-range gearing. Still lots more to come in this epic adventure, but this brings us to the end of this week's episode. Come on back next week for part 3, where we travel the Bridge River Gorge and then ascend Pavilion Mountain for an amazing camp at 2,000 meters with 360-degree mountain views. So thanks for hanging out with us today, and until next time, and there will be a next time, go play outside.